Shane Bruce with Restomod Daisy, and we've got an interesting video for you today. It's a development in the evolution of customization of the current production small frame Daisy, the Red Ryder, the 105 buck, and the 111B, if you can still find those floating around out there somewhere. As you know, if you've watched much of my channel, I tend to work on older Daisies because I like removable bottle caps and metal triggers. But you cannot deny the existence of a giant world filled with new Daisies that have plastic triggers and other plastic bits and pieces. Up to now, I haven't spent much attention or paid much attention to them, but I ran into a gentleman a couple of weeks ago who sent me a receiver cover that he fabricated, and I think this is probably the greatest thing since sliced bread. It is a hammered hammered brass cover. It has engraving. It has some Kino Nito stuff on the top panel, which may or may not upset Daisy, I don't know, but it sure looks good. And what makes this really neat is this is obviously a slip-on receiver cover. So we've got a 111B. Before we put this on there, I want to stress to the viewership that this cover will fit a Red Ryder, a 111B, or a 105 buck. Any of the new current production plastic trigger guns, plastic triggers is a big tell, this will slip right on. But the 111B receiver, which is identical to the other two receivers, is the only one I've got that doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff on it. So I'm going to show you the magical, mystical, mystery way it just kind of pops on. You line up your screw holes, bam, 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 and there you go. Now you have a yellow boy Daisy. Slips on, slips off, looks great. I'm thinking this is going to be pretty revolutionary for the small frame current production guns, because he's already sending me a variety of scroll patterns. The energy this kid really exhibits is unique, and it's a good looking product. I mean, take a peek. Here we have the fake cartridge loading slot. Now it's actually a little silver plate. It's hammer formed to fit the gun, and there's his signature. Lucky. Let's back out and show you some other stuff that Lucky had done. This is his card. You might want to grab a screen grab of that if you want to contact the gentleman direct. I don't believe any of this stuff is ready at the moment for sale, but I could be wrong. This I'm enchanted with. These are nickels. Let's see if we can get a focus on that. It's a U.S. nickel, and as you'll note, George is wearing an eye patch, and George has an important message for all the viewership, all the tiny tykes and full-grown adults. Don't put your eye out. Wear your safety protection. Wear your eyeglasses. They're BB guns. BB guns bounce. I'm thinking about incorporating that into either the butt stock or the butt plate. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that, but I like this. And here's some other stuff he sent me just for hoots and grins, and it made me hoot and gave me a grin. I love that style. Anyway, we'll see what happens here on the brass removable or installable and left on receiver covers, which I think are it's gonna radicalize some of the stuff I do with Daisies, between the ability to put a brass cover on the receiver and then put some fiddleback stocks on it and other fabricated parts out of brass. Oh, I don't know where we're gonna end up going. But I'm excited. It's awful nice when one of your subscribers gets in touch with you, and you can affect change. You can actually improve what's available to work on these nice Daisy guns. So that's a vision of the future. We'll have updates on this particular little device as it approaches format and form that we can actually quote a price on. But I do intend to incorporate this receiver cover into the Grandpa Jim specials, and that's a 105 buck based that I'm going to make a standard model here at Restomod, because I've already got 3 orders to build more after building the first one. So nothing succeeds like success. That's all we've got for you today, kids. This is Shane Bruce with Restomod Daisy signing off.